It's the Frable neighborhood in Gary. It ran from 15th Avenue on the south end to 11th Avenue on the north end, and it went from Broadway to about Harrison Street. In the middle of that was Frable School and Frable Park. On the north end of the school was the football field. And so anybody that's familiar with that, there were many churches in that area too. There was St. Anthony's Church right behind us. Across the street from that was St. Emmerich's Church. 2 blocks to the north was Holy Trinity and the Romanian Orthodox Church. So we were surrounded by churches. That's all I can tell you. Basically, the neighborhood of Frable itself ran from Madison Street to Jackson Street, from 15th to 13th Avenues. It was not an industrial area and it was not a business area. So once you got outside, there were, fresh air. That was it. And, the kids would be, we'd get turned loose at about 8:30 in the morning after breakfast in the summer. We wouldn't come back till noon, and then we'd go off at 1 o'clock and come back at 5. And after 5, you better be home before dark. Otherwise, Dad was not very lenient. He was not lenient at all. Until I was about in 3rd grade, we used to hang around in Frable Park because our parents could watch us playing in the park. After 3rd grade, we got to play in St. Emmerich's playground and the Norton playground, which was on 15th and Tyler Street and Harrison Street. We seldom fought. The older kids that were older than myself, the Basins, they lived on the north side of our block, and they were probably 5 or 6 years older than us, so they hung around with teenagers. And so they would play, we would be playing on the St. Anthony parking lot, and they'd kick us off. And so then we'd go over across the street over to the St. Emmerich's playground, and we'd play there, okay? The only downside, of course, was that the nuns' convent was right next to the playground. And so if you happened to hit a home run, sometimes they would break the nun's window, and then your dad would be having to buy a window. Yeah, so that was pretty much it. But we all played together. Generally, we were told not to cross 15th Avenue because that was the 15th Avenue side. On the other side, many black folks lived on the other side, and you didn't do that. They never told us why, but I would presume that they probably thought they were bad folks and that something would happen to the kids. Once I got to be in 7th grade, 8th grade, we crossed 15th Avenue and nothing ever happened. We would tell my mom, hey, we're going out. Where are you going? We're going out to play. Okay. So we would go over to my friend's house who lived on 17th and Van Buren. Nobody ever bothered us. He had black neighbors. Nobody ever bothered us. The only person who ever bothered me was a black youngster. And he beat me up. And my older brother came out and said to him, hey, you can fight him 1-on-1, but not 2 and 3-on-1. And so the guy's name was Crawford. That was his name, Crawford. And so my brother, Charlie, said, you guys can fight, and if you want to, you can go at it right now, but we're not going to have 2 and 3-on-1. And Crawford was all right with that. So he beat me up. It was an interesting experience. I got a black eye and a bloody nose, and that was it. But then Crawford after that became, we were okay. I'd see him on the street, we'd say hi, pass by, hi, and that was it. It was nothing spectacular.